Alright, guys, we're live on KKK series. It's Coffee O'Clock with our special guest, Faith Leal-Garcia. Wow! So, thank you so much, guys, for watching live, no? At your Boracay Guide at Coach RM YouTube account. Alright, so I'm so excited. Now, this episode is brought to you by 10,000 Cards and in partnership with PCTV and ACTV Aklan. Alright, so thank you so much, Sean Lashley, for the founder and CEO of 10,000 Cards, and also Ma'am Ophel, the general manager of PCTV and ACTV. Alright, so you guys, I hope you enjoy our show for today. So good luck, and please stand by for the play. Hi guys, good day! This is Coach RM, your 10K lifestyle page host. At the same time, the 10,000 Cards Philippines brand ambassador. Welcome to our KKK series. Alright, let's chill and tune in. It's Coffee O'Clock with my special guest for today. Alright, my special guest would be Faith Leal-Garcia. Napakabata pa. And then, sobrang ganda, no? So, Miss Faith, can you please greet our viewers for today?
Hello guys, I'm so glad to be here today.
Alright, so parang talagang guys, manang-mana talaga sa mama ito, no? Alright, Faith. Normally, just want to tell you that KKK series, Kapihan, Kabataan, Kwentuhan series is more on inspirational and motivational conversation. So thank you for accepting my invitation to
It's
be
my pleasure.
yes to be in my show. No, I'm so happy and so excited also to really get an idea or to be inspired by your story. And of
Yeah.
course, will inspire also our viewers for today. Now we are live at your Boracay Guide, at the same time PCTV and ACTV community channel. Now, guys, stand by in there and simulan na natin yung question and answer with our special guest. No? So, of course, lahat naman siguro ay ano tawag nito? Lahat naman siguro ay payag na magsimula, no? Faith, are you excited?
Yes, I am.
Alright, can I hit the first question to you?
Sure.
Alright, Faith, kumusta ka? Kumusta ka ngayon? How are you today?
I'm doing good. I actually arrived to Boracay a few days ago and I've been living in Cebu. I've actually been in the house for almost 2 years, so it's a relief that I'm finally out and going around the island. It's so beautiful here.
Wow, so, well, you mentioned that you've been in your house for 2 years. So what are you doing there?
Since I was doing online classes, since they had to suspend physical classes, I've just been in the house studying and just online classes on my laptop.
Alright,
Yes.
so what are the challenges of a youth or a student, that, as you said, the face-to-face classes was suspended. So how's the experience having on Zoom ba yun?
Yes.
So how was it? How's the challenges?
It's difficult because you need to make sure you have everything prepared, such as good Wi-Fi. You have to be in time, even though you're still at home. You still have to make sure that you're on time on your classes. And having a proper sleep schedule was so hard for me because I'm always studying or doing assignments that they ask me to do.
Wow. So how's your study? But are you still doing the house chores?
Yes, I still manage my time for school and house chores as well.
Wow, that's
Yes.
nice. So, do you think that online classes can really help a student learn more, or is it difficult?
for me, in my experience, it was difficult for me because the teachers can't see you like face to face, so they don't know your struggles if you really understand the topic they're talking about, or if you want to ask any questions. Because in my experience, sometimes I'm kind of shy to ask because maybe others will think other things. But if you have any questions, you should always ask your teacher because I'm always sure that they're willing to help you in any way possible.
Wow, yeah. So that's the problem. Yeah, you're right that sometimes people is shy to ask, and sometimes you have problem with your Wi-Fi, and then
Yes.
you can't really express you can't really get the right answer, no, on
Yes.
your. And of course, the second teacher is your mom.
Yes, of
You know,
course.
so what is the situation? Because I believe that your mom is working here in the
Yes, my
island,
mom's
and
working
you
here.
are studying there
Mhm.
at Cebu. So how your mom how is her mom helping you in your study?
She would usually call me after school hours, and if I have any questions, I would always ask her for help if needed, and she'll always ask me if I'm doing okay with school, if kaya ra, and if I'm doing fine, if I'm happy with my life. Yes.
So what do you say always? No, I'm sad.
It was a struggle, I will admit. But then, we always have new experience that we have to face and challenge ourselves too. So I would say online schooling was a challenge for me, and I still went through it. So, if I could do it, then many others can also do the same.
You have really a good relationship with your mom, even if your mom here is here in the
Yes.
island and you're there in Cebu.
Yes.
You still have the communication,
Yes.
and can your mom can still act being a mom, because sometimes the
Yes.
problem is, actually for me it's really difficult. No, it's really difficult to have, how do you call this? It's really difficult to study if your mom is not beside you,
Yes, it is.
because everything is in syntax, everything is on social media. I mean, you talk via Zoom, via Facebook, via number, but
Yeah.
it's different having your mom physically.
Yes.
And I really salute you on that, because
Thank
you
you.
can still manage your time,
Yes.
no? But however, my next question is, how are you with your friends? Do you still go out without your mom's permission, or what? Can you please tell us about
Okay.
your barkada and your
Yes,
study,
sure.
please?
While I was living with my uncle, I was not allowed to go out at all because he wanted to keep me safe at home, not getting COVID or anything. So, what I would usually do to get in contact with my friends is that I would usually video call them in Messenger, and we would just talk about school and like what's going on in our lives, so we can feel calm with the whole situation that's going on. So when it comes to friends and family, like my mom, I would always like make time for each person so we could call and talk about anything we want to talk about with.
So, other than talking about the school now with your barkada, what are normally the topics that a youth is talking about
Just
when you were with one another, or I mean just a call, or on a call, or conference call? What the topic normally the youth is talking about?
we would usually talk about like when this pandemic is over, what we would do when we will hang out again because we already miss each other so much. So we would plan ahead saying, oh, maybe we'll sleep over in her house, or maybe we'll go in the mall next time when we can finally go out and see each other. Which actually, when my mom picked me up from Cebu, I was actually allowed to go to one of my friends' Cebu, and I saw a lot of my friends there. So it was a relief, and I was really happy to see them after like around almost 2 years of not seeing them from school. So it was really a nice feeling for me because I got to hang out with them again.
Okay, the problem that I'm seeing there is you staying at your house for 2 years because number one, your uncle is how they call this. Your uncle is afraid that you'll be infected by COVID.
Yes.
So that's right. But how do you take this situation as a youth?
For me, I disagree because I have many friends, not only in the Philippines but other countries like America, Romania, Thailand, and they told me they have gone out already with taking in consideration the safety protocols like wearing face masks,
Yes.
face shield, and they still haven't got COVID. So for me, if I was the one running the household, I would like at least maybe go out around 1 to 2 times a month just to keep safe because as a teenager you need to go out like just once in a while even though it's not every day. You need to have like air, meet some friends, but
Totoo.
always remember the safety protocols because we are still in this pandemic.
Yeah, but how do you cope with that, no? Sabi mo it's bad kasi it's really a need, even if
Yes,
it's
you
once a
really
month. But
need it.
how do you cope with that? My question is, what is your mind conditioning that okay, I can it will be resolved someday, or how do
Yeah.
you encourage yourself? How do you motivate yourself to keep going?
I think two of the things actually that made me motivate myself was always my friends because I would always call them if I feel down. And besides that, school was always there to keep me busy, so I would always have my mind focused, just not thinking of the bad things that is happening like in me right now because you always have to focus on the positive instead of the negative.
All right.
Yes.
So focusing on the positive instead of negative.
Yes.
Yeah, you're right because mostly of the people are, especially youth of today,
Yes.
have the struggle on social media.
Mhm.
That's one of the problem here, because what they see on social media, they're wow. This one has a new clothes. Oh, but why this one can go out? Oh, the feeling that you
Yes.
really wanted to do it for yourself. However,
Yeah.
you can't do it because we're being disciplined by your parents, by your uncle.
Yeah.
But of course, because we're still a student, we have to follow
Yes, of course.
their directions,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
How do you encourage the youth of today, no, to really focus on their life, especially okay. So sorry, I'm gonna add, especially
Okay.
right now at this time of pandemic, they have difficulties when it comes to the attention of their parents, the attention of their barkada, a lot,
Yes.
Parang their life is limited. No? Like you, tama yung sinabi mo kanina that why shifting all the negative into positive one,
Yeah.
that is a plus. Now it means that person has really the direction, a right direction from their parents.
Yes.
Kasi if the person has no right direction, what happened is, oh, okay, kumbaga pa in our term is, ano siya, that person do not know where
They're
he
going.
goes,
Yeah.
where he or she is going. So that's the problem. No?
Yes.
Ikaw, what can you advise? What can you advise to the youth of today?
I think most importantly is to be true to yourself and to be honest with the people around you. Keeping your feelings to yourself is not good because everyone has emotions and they need to express how they feel, even if it's just parents, family, friends.
Yeah, yes.
And no matter what the outcome will be, you just have to remember that self-love comes first. You yourself is the most important thing out of everyone. So you always have to make sure that you're important to yourself, you love yourself, and you're keeping safe within this pandemic right now.
Yeah.
Yes.
I have a question. When was the last time that you feel
Physically and on the phone because you can't see each other on the phone unless it's video call, of course. But if it's just like voice call lang, it's just the voice that you're hearing. But if it's physically you're seeing each other, then you get to feel the person's warmth and more. Yes.
Yeah, right. So, if your mom is not around, sa tingin mo, who will be, maliban sa dad, or who will be the next person that you're gonna talk with?
My dad's also been my biggest support. He isn't in the Philippines right now, but he's in the UK, and I am going to the UK soon to live with him. So I'm very happy because I haven't seen him for a long time.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, congratulations.
Thank
And
you.
you're gonna see your dad.
Yes.
Yes, some of the people, some of the youth are really not in the right path. Some early age of pregnancy,
Yes.
some are there in the juvenile because no one is loving them, they feel no comfort.
Yes.
They feel that no one loves them.
Yes.
No, they parang they are encouraged, no, to their push or force to do something bad,
Yes.
to do something that no, because the world is not loving me.
Yes.
What can you say about it?
I say that when it comes to parents, they know that they have a big role, and their role is to support their children. And when you commit to having a child, they need to make sure they're there to love them and talk to them if they have any problems. But of course, I'm aware that not all parents are like that. So, which is why it is very important to have your friends, because they're the second person you can go to if you have any problems or any issues you can talk to them with, because it can really feel comforting when you talk to them about your problems. If your parents are not there, of course.
Yeah. So you mean that your second comfort is your friends?
Yes.
I just want to clarify.
Yes, of course.
Because if your parent is not around,
Yes.
you can still talk to your friends.
Yes.
Yeah. Because sometimes, no, I just go alone. No. Can you talk to your parents if your problem is your parent? No.
No.
Can you talk to your friends if your problem is your friend?
No.
You know. So you cannot.
Yeah.
Sometimes we really need to have to support. We really need to have friends around us.
Yes.
No. So actually, we are now thankful having the social media, the WhatsApp, the Viber, the Messenger,
of course.
because we can easily communicate to one another.
Yeah.
However, as of this time, a lot of people, social media is the root of depression
Yes.
of the youth of today, because what they see in the social media, like I've seen that in social media, oh, new clothes, new place to
Yes.
go, the point being is when they see that,
They want
they
to follow.
feel they want also to have
Yes.
that. They also want to have that, right?
Yes.
So what will you advise to the youth of today having that same problem?
Okay. You would see trends all around Facebook, Instagram, especially TikTok, and you would know that whatever teenagers see, they would want to buy or follow the trends that are ongoing right now. So one thing that I would always keep in mind is that if you, like example, maybe they see nice clothes that they want to buy,
Yeah.
you always have to keep in mind that can you afford it? Because of course you need to budget your money correctly for other expenses that are important. So you always have to think, is this trend safe? Can I do it? Do I have the money to afford it? That's always the first thing that could come in your mind when you're going to follow what's like trending right now.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I'm gonna share this experience of mine.
Okay.
Early mom, a teenage mom, uh, her daughter wanted to buy this new cell phone
Yes.
because her daughter saw it with their friends that, oh, I have my new cell phone,
Yeah.
I have my new iPhone. However, of course, normally a teenage mom, a teen mom cannot afford to do that.
Yes.
Cannot afford to buy that because not all the mom have money.
Yes.
Because number one rule is you have to finish your study
Yes.
and find the right job. No? A teenage mom should always support yourself.
Yes.
No? Kumbaga pa, that time, this is for yourself, not for your baby. But however, they sacrifice it because they're already on the situation.
Yes.
No? So you are right in saying that you have to think if it's really a need.
Yes.
Can you really afford it? If not, just strive.
Yeah.
Finish your school, have your study well, and boom. Diba?
Yes, of
So
course.
the problem being for the youth of today is they can easily be tempted to what they see
Yes.
online.
Yes.
Now, for me, social media, especially Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, has no problem.
Yeah.
Now, it helps us promote ourselves,
Yes.
especially to our talent,
Yeah.
because like in TikTok, some people there are learning how to dance.
Yes, of course.
So the hidden talent is coming out, no?
Mhm.
Like some of the people is using Kumo,
Yeah.
and then there's a contest for singing.
Yes, I've seen that.
But most of the people use it in other way,
Yes.
most of the people are using it in a bad way.
Yeah.
And most of the people, if you are not guided,
Yes, of
not
course.
just the people, most of the youth, if the youth is not guided, they fail to understand what is really
Yeah.
the meaning, what is really the meaning of that social media, right?
Yes, of course.
So that's the no. But it's good. I'm happy to hear from you that you know how to see it properly.
Yes.
No, maybe you're lucky because your mom or your dad trained you, for that. No. Okay, let us go back to the question with your barkada. Of course, you're right that if your mom is not around or your parents not around, you have your barkada.
Yes.
What are the the common experiences you have with your friends?
One experience I could share with in this pandemic is that some of my friends haven't been schooling because their family prefer them to go to physical schooling rather than online school because of the struggles that we face, which is understandable, of course. So when I was struggling a lot in school, they volunteered to help me, which was such a big help because they knew I was really stressed with it, especially since it's online. They would give, our teachers would give more assignments than you would usually have when it comes to face-to-face schooling. So they always offered to help. They would always check up on me, saying, "Are you doing good, Faith? Like, do you need any help?" Which was like I felt so touched when they volunteered to help and, always asked me about my day and whatnot. Yes.
As a youth, Faith, as a youth, if you've done something wrong, how do you face it?
I think the first
Nagtatago
thing.
ka?
No, I don't hide it. I think the first thing I would do is tell my friends, of course, and I would ask them for what they think and their opinion. And then, of course, you're going to have to face these challenges and your mistakes as you go older, so you know not to do that again once in the future. So once you realized what you've done and you know what is the correct thing to do, it's always important to look for advice and to don't be ashamed of yourself. You know that you made a mistake, so you just have to get over it and just be better next time.
Alright, that's
Yes.
nice. You're right. Because if you don't want to face it, if you don't want to admit that you've done something wrong, you don't have the future.
Yes, you can.
Because you will be hiding forever.
Yes.
Diba?
Correct.
But what is your how do you react on confrontation? No? Because okay, why I'm asking I'm
It's
gonna
okay.
explain. No?
Yes, it's
Why
okay.
I'm asking you that? No? In reaction on confrontation. Number one, a youth of today, if you're gonna confront them, your dress is not good.
Yeah.
Your face is this and that. Bad confrontation. Sometimes they react very well and they can easily they easily get hurt.
Yes,
You
that's
know?
true.
How do you react on confrontation?
I think the best thing to do is to be respectful, even though they're being maybe disrespectful to you, especially when it comes to elders. So, what I was always told to do is like if maybe an elder is telling you off or like disciplining you, just be silent is the best answer. Because of course you don't want to be disrespectful back to them because they're older than you. But of course you also have those moments where they push your buttons a lot that you just have to let it all out, which is of course okay because you can't always hide your feelings inside. But of course you need to respect them as well.
Yeah, so number one is to be silent and listen.
Yes.
Diba? Because sometimes, well, we can say no one is perfect.
Yes.
Of course. When someone is confronting you, just listen.
Yes.
And if not, it's not talking about you. Just thank you so much for the feedback. Thank you so
Yes.
much for that being honest.
Yes.
Diba? I'm gonna do something for it.
Yes, of course. And always when I go to my dad about like problems, he always told me this one line which I'll always remember. He would always tell me, "Don't worry about what other people say, Faith, because opinions are like assholes. Everyone has one." Which is why whenever someone tells me their opinion, whether I like it or not, I will always remember my dad saying that to me.
Yes.
Yes.
You know what? You got the right answer. You know why? I believe in a 90-10 principle.
Yes.
90% is on how you react.
Yes.
10% is the others, you
Yes.
know. So ngayon, 90% is all about you. No?
Mhm.
What do you want to happen here for yourself? It's you,
Yes, of course.
right? So people are just 10% of your life.
Yes.
Why care about them? But
Yes.
of course, they can help you trigger what is right,
Yes.
what is
and-
wrong. So that's why we have to admit them. We have to really accept that there are other people because no man is an island nga. Di ba?
Yeah, of
Sabi nila.
course.
Oo. What do you want in the future? What do you want for your future, sorry?
I'm actually not sure where I'm heading in the future or what I want or like a job or whatever in life, but I'm actually really into fashion and modeling. So if I was to choose, I would want something in that course, like maybe modeling or fashion, like that.
All right, let's
Yes.
talk about fashion. I love it. No? I love it. You know, but I'm gonna
Yes,
first
of course.
see the I'm gonna first seek the what is the source of that motivation of do you want to become like that?
I think this was around 13, and that's when I was into social media already. I newly got it, and I would always see these people having nice clothes, very fashionable, and they were so confident when maybe they post a picture or like just video. So when I see them, I'm like, I want to be like them, confident in their own skin, not caring about what people say, even though they're wearing a crop top or if they're showing too much skin, because it is your life. You can live it the way you want to.
Yes, you're
Yes.
right. You know, the problem for the models, fashionista,
Yes.
the problem for them is sometimes they're well, I can say that they are influential.
Yes,
They
of
influence
course.
people.
Yes.
How are you going to become responsible in showing yourselves someday if you become famous in that industry?
I think it's always important to make yourself a good role model in front of these people because, of course, if you're going to become famous, you're going to have fans. So you always have to give the right information to them so that it won't lead your fans to the wrong path.
Okay.
Yes.
So the other question that I have is okay.
Okay.
You mentioned about social media, people are posting that or you inspired doing it.
Yes.
Maybe you're like that.
Yeah.
The next question that I have is when posting on social media, I'm gonna say it again. You're being inspired because
Yeah.
maybe someday I want to have this. Now, when you become an influential or famous in that industry, what is your base when it comes to decision making of posting on social media? Since we know that what you post in social media would affect the other people, especially your followers.
Yes.
Most of your followers are youth.
Yes.
Or some of them are your friends. Some of them are just it's just your crush or something. Somebody has a crush on you or something like that.
Yes.
Or something. Ina-idol ko yan, no?
Yes.
What is your source of decision making?
For me, when
Before.
it comes for influencers or even businesses in general, the first thing you need to keep in mind is their target customers or audience. Like, for example, if the target audience is like children friendly or if it's for teenagers like me. So of course, me being a teenager, I would want my target audience to be teenagers. So you would need to know what is right and wrong, what is appropriate for us to see and not. Because if you're going to show them something that is inappropriate, they're of course going to have the wrong mind. And
Yes,
they're
yes.
not going to go to the right path. So
Yes.
it's always important to know who is your target audience first before you post anything.
Yeah, you're right.
Yes.
You know, in my case, most of my friends are when I was in school, no,
Yes.
high school, college. Most of my friends are older than me.
Yes.
You know why? Because number one, four of my friends are watching here. Yeah, ito yon. Because when we go out, when we have lunch, dinner, I'm always free.
Yes.
Because they have money, because they're older than me. No, that's part of the joke.
Yes,
You know?
of course.
However, that's true.
Yes.
Number two is, I always believe on the saying that, papunta ka pa lang, pabalik na ako. It means, you know that in
Yes,
English, you
yes,
know?
I
Because I'm
understand.
nose bleeding now. Yeah, yeah. Diba, you can, you can actually, anything that you feel, you can always
Yeah.
pose it. It's just, it's in the tip of your hand.
Yeah.
However, you have to see, who is my audience? Who's gonna read this? what would be the effect of this post.
Yes.
That's being a responsible, and that's good. That word is coming from you as a youth,
Yes.
you know, because that perspective of mine is always a perspective of an older one.
Yes.
But I'm so happy. It's really a meaningful interview with you because um, I believe that you understand what you're doing.
Yes.
You understand where you are going to.
Yes.
No. Um, do you believe that the youth is the hope of the future, the voice of change? Paano?
Yes, for me, I do believe that we are going to change the future in different ways because, of course, like example, iPhones, like even the older people are starting to learn about it and use it, and that's what usually we're using, like mga phones, gadgets. So I believe as technology fixes and develops, it's going to also move into the future, and that is why I believe that youth is going to also be the future.
Wow.
Yes.
Pang Miss Universe na ano yun ha, na tanong ha. Napakaganda, napakaganda. So, as a youth, no, siyempre, you're good on how the way you talk. I just would like to become
Thank
true
you.
ha. You're good, no? But most of the people, Faith, are good just in talking. I'm telling you. Now, my question is, no, how do you value word of honor?
I'm actually when I have like word of honor or compliments, I actually get very shocked because I would say I'm not really used to hearing them. And for me, to be honest, I'm very a nervous person when I meet new people or if I'm performing on stage, which is one reason why I would sometimes envy my friends say, wow, even if they're nervous on stage or performing, like singing or dancing, they don't show it. Which is one of the reasons I also wanted to do this interview to help me practice getting out of my shell because, of course, in the future, you're going to need to know how to talk and do everything in life. So I feel like this is a learning process for me. And even if this didn't go well, you make mistakes, you learn from them. So it's always important to try new things so you can know what you like and not like.
Yeah, but parang you're referring is you want to expose yourself also to get out from your shell.
Yes.
However, how are you responsible in in the words that you are saying, no? Being accountable because when we say word of honor is all about the words that you're telling to the world. It's the words that you are committed. You're gonna
Yes.
do it without saying it, without reminding you. For example, word of honor. Yeah, mom, I'm gonna graduate
Yeah.
my college. So that's a word of honor.
Yes.
So when you say word of honor is, you're gonna do it
Yes.
without asking questions.
Mhm.
So that's why my again, your answer is referring actually for getting out
Yes.
of yourself. That is right. No,
Yes.
there's no
Okay.
wrong on that. But the follow up question is, how are you responsible with the words that?
For me, I go by saying actions speak louder than words, and the reason why I go
Okay.
with that is that my friends or like people in general who I talk to, they're like, oh, I want to be a doctor when I grow up. Oh, I want to be a lawyer, but they don't end up doing these things. So it's much better to show them instead of saying it, because words don't mean everything. It's not
Yeah.
you're not going to stick to it until your whole lifetime. So it's much better you do it and then show them your accomplishments instead of telling them what you're going to do.
Yeah, because tama ka. Because, for example, most of the people are just good in words.
Yeah.
You know? And then, you're right. Valuing it, when you speak, ensure that you can do it.
Yes, of course.
Do not speak unless you're not sure if you
Yeah.
can do it. Because there's a lot of people are good in flowering words.
Yes, of
You know?
course.
Oo. Di ba? So, ayun. I think my point being of asking you that is, I'm seeing how true are you to everything that we talk about.
Okay.
Because for me it's useless to have this conversation, be inspired, and then you won't practice it.
Yeah.
Diba?
Exactly.
So but I'm happy to hear directly from you that
Yes.
ano to words are
Meaningless.
meaningless
Yes.
without doing an action.
Actions, yeah.
Yeah. Napakaganda ng ano mo, napakaganda ng definition mo of valuing word of honor.
Yes.
Napakaganda, no? Then other than that, Faith, you know, you want to become a fashionista or a model
Yes.
or something. So what is your action plan right now? I mean, in order to achieve that, of course, you have an action plan.
Yes.
Ano na yung nasimulan? What are the guys? Ano na talaga ako? Nosebleed na talaga ako. Ang hirap talaga mag-interview ng puro English, you know? So, anyway, napasubo na ako dito. Help me how to speak in English. Alright, nakalimutan ko I mean, what is your action plan to do for your goal?
Yes, I think right now I'm focusing to gain confidence because of course that's the number thing you really need in yourself. Even if it's modeling, you need to have confidence in walking, or when you're wearing the outfit, of course, you need to, you have to show the people because of
Yeah.
course people are wanting to buy the outfit that's on you.
Yes,
So
yes.
you need to portray your confidence when you're walking, especially when it's designing clothes, or even if you're in a beauty pageant, question and answer, you need to make sure your voice is confident in speaking and
Yes.
your answer is good enough.
Yes. You know, I'm gonna share about confidence.
Okay.
When I was in elementary, nagpakilala ko, I was introducing myself in front of my classmates. Of course, it's a requirement,
Yes,
di ba?
of course.
Okay, I'm RM, blah, 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 because I'm so shy.
Yes.
Parang I'm just, during that time, I am just in the shell.
Yes.
And then, while speaking, naihi ako doon sa brief ko. Parang, oh, parang, alam mo yun, I was so shy, I
Yeah.
cannot speak, how do you call this? I'm shaking.
Yeah.
Sabi ko, why me? Why can't do this?
Yes.
If you don't have a confidence, if you have a self-confidence, you cannot speak in front of the people.
Yeah, exactly.
I only have this mantra of myself.
Mhm.
This is what I always pray. I make it as a mantra. Of course, at the end of the day, you only have yourself.
Yes.
However, if you do not know yourself, you cannot do
Yeah,
anything.
exactly.
My prayer, I can only share my prayers. Lord, and I am a special child of God. I can do everything through Christ who strengthens me.
Yeah.
I do that again and again and again. When I wake up, before I sleep, I do that. I do that. No? And, you know, um, it really helps me, to gain my self-confidence. And now, I'm interviewing people, I'm talking with managers, owners, any high positions in my life
Yeah.
without hesitation. Because
Yeah.
number one, I know my value, I know myself. And the very reason of this, I know I have God.
Yes, of course.
Yun yung meron ako. But that's you're good right now that you're gaining the self-confidence. That's the number one.
Yes.
Because sometimes people, yes, and during the practice, during the practice, you can really speak. But when you're
Yeah.
there, you cannot do it.
Yeah.
You cannot perform very well, right? So, but of course, no, practice can make you near to perfection.
Yeah.
Well, you cannot make it perfect. However, you can have it near to perfection.
Yes, of course.
Alright, napakaganda, no? Tawag nito, Faith, I only have one questions on you, actually it's not a question. I'm gonna ask an igniting message, from you to our viewers.
Okay,
Alright,
sure.
so you can speak, you can face the
Okay,
camera
sure.
and have your igniting message for them to be inspired, to be motivated, to achieve their own goal as a youth.
Okay.
Okay, take
So-
the camera.
Hi to everyone who's watching this, especially the youth and teenagers like me. I just want to say that you are valuable even though you do not think you are. Of course, you have a process in life where you maybe think you're not good enough. But just remember that you are always good enough, no matter, even if your parents or friends don't tell you, or just know that you are good enough and you need to learn self love, because that's the first thing you should think when you think about yourself. And even if you're not confident in the way you look or how you put yourself in front of others, you should always remember that this is your life and you should live it at the fullest. Don't take any comments from others or what they think, because if you want to portray your life the way you want to, even if other people do not agree with what your lifestyle is, who cares? It's your life to live. So of course, just remember to keep safe and to have the right mindset when doing anything so you can live the best life at your fullest. Thank
Wow, this was
you.
a really great message. Are you guys ignited? Me, I am. So, Faith, thank you so much
Thank
for the
you.
opportunity to have a conversation with you. It
Yes.
is really meaningful, and I
Yes.
know that a lot of people here watching right now are inspired.
Thank you.
And guys, thank you so much for our partner, PCTV and ACTV Boracay, for
Yes.
playing it live, and also sa mga tao natin dyan, na mga nanonood, no? Pasalamat, nagpapasalamat talaga ako sa ano natin. And then, sa guest natin ngayon, no? This episode is brought to you by 10,000 Cards. Shout out to Sean Lashley, the founder and CEO of 10,000 Cards. And if you want to to know more about 10,000 Cards, just let me know. It is a digital business card that everything is in one place. Thank you so much, and Faith, it is a really meaningful day
Thank
having
you.
a conversation with
Yes.
you. All right, let's say together goodbye to our audience.
Okay.
Bye
Bye
bye.
bye.
All right, that was a very meaningful conversation with our special guest. Okay, this was recorded online at Linganay, Boracay Resort Hotel. All right, guys. I think I'm gonna finish this one by welcoming our special guest. Actually, nandito siya ngayon. Na-interview na natin siya kanina, and of course, ginplay natin yung recorded interview that was really successful, and I know that you got something from that interview. All right, let us welcome our special guest, now the youth guest. Now, Miss Faith. Miss Faith, take the mic.
Hello, everyone. It's me again. I hope you're having a great evening.
Alright, Faith, yeah, I just played it. We're live on YouTube.
Yes.
Just Jeb, a igniting message, live, no, live, not a recorded live, no, for our viewers. If you can get the mic and say your parting message for all of us. Take the mic, Faith.
Yes, sure. For everyone who is going to watch the live now or maybe later, I really hope you will listen to the conversation we had, because maybe it will help you with your daily struggles, or maybe you're handling something similar in life from the convo we had from the live that's showing right now. So, it's always good to listen and hear what's going on, because maybe it can help you, maybe not now, but also the future. Thank you.
Yes, yes. Ako nga marami ako napulot with our conversation, especially with your sharing about your dad, no? Um,
Yes.
they're just like assholes. Anyway, everyone has this disadvantage in their life, no? Faith, thank you so much for this, the opportunity to have you in my show. All right.
Yes. Thank you.
So I think it's dancing time before we end our conversation. All right. Yeah. Okay, Faye, thank you so much. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you so much, Linganay, Boracay Resorts Hotel, and all as our place during our live interview. Thank you so much, Miss Ophel, the general manager of PCTV and ACTV Aklan. No, it is now playing for the community channel of PCTV and ACTV, and also for Sean Lashley, the founder and CEO of 10,000 Cars. Sa lahat na sumusuporta sa KKK series, Stand by. See you next time. Faith, thank you so much. The lesson will end in 5.